The elements are now all in place for a bad storm, and the weather can change from bad to worse in any given moment. That's when the National Weather Service issues alerts we should all pay attention to. So let's discuss the difference between a watch and a warning. Typically, we see either a severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch in the watch criteria, and then those are upgraded to warnings when the storms come together. So let's go ahead and discuss that right here. And once again, watches, the ingredients are present for severe thunderstorms to develop. As John was talking about just a few minutes ago, all those elements coming up across the state of Texas are coming together to eventually form storms that could pose a threat to your neighborhood. Now, warnings, this is when it actually all happens. There is a storm present when those warnings are put out for, it could be Smith County, it could be Gregg County, Tyler, the city of Longview. That's when a storm is imminent, and you should put your plan in action, as Andrew was discussing just a few minutes ago. And one thing to note is that when those storms do form, the severe criteria that the National Weather Service office in either Shreveport, Fort Worth, or Houston is looking for are over 58-mile-per-hour winds. Typically, they'll warn it for 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. And also, if the hail is large enough to warrant a severe thunderstorm warning, then they will indicate that it would be 1-inch hail. That would be the main threat. But also, we look for tornado warnings as well. So if there is radar indicated rotation that is strong enough to warrant a tornado warning, then they will issue a tornado warning. Now, on some of our stronger severe thunderstorm warnings, there might be broad rotation that may not warrant a tornado warning. However, they would put it in the warning text as a tornado possible, which that means a tornado could form at any given time. Now, that's a lot of information. Maybe you don't understand the weather and the National Weather Service lingo there. So let's put it in terms that you can understand. The taco watch versus the taco warning. So as we said before, when John put up the ingredients that we need for a large-scale severe weather event to go, those are just the ingredients. So for the ingredients for a taco, we need the taco shells, the avocados, the limes, the meat, the cheese, the jalapenos if you like spicy tacos, especially here in Texas. And then when all those ingredients come together, you cook it, we get a taco warning. And that is when a taco is present and a severe thunderstorm or a tornado is present, then the National Weather Service will issue that tornado or severe thunderstorm warning. Once a tornado or large hail is formed, it is time to seek shelter and keep your loved ones safe. Here to walk us through those moments of quick thinking is meteorologist John Adams.
We have a lot of severe weather in East Texas, and you want to have a plan. You want to know what you're going to do and what you're not going to do in case severe weather and especially tornadoes threaten your area. First of all, find another option if you live in a mobile or manufactured home. Those are not safe in tornadoes and strong winds. You want to avoid large open rooms, and you want to avoid also windows that the glass can break and shatter and become flying projectiles that can injure you. If you're in a vehicle underneath an overpass, is not a good place to be. It's a narrowed opening, and as those tornado winds flow through there, they actually speed up. So you want to avoid taking shelter underneath an overpass. The interior room of a well-constructed home or building is a good place to be, and you want to again avoid those outside windows. But if you can find a small room right in the interior of the house, such as this bathroom here, you've got plenty of walls surrounding you. There's no outside walls right next to where you are, and that will offer you some good protection there. Now, your severe weather checklist, you need to have that. Find a sturdy shelter you can take cover in if you live in a mobile home. Plan where you're going to go. Plan that action beforehand. Have an emergency kit available. That should include some food and water. You should have a flashlight, fresh batteries, and also you need to keep up with information that is being broadcast. So have two sources to receive weather information. First of all, a NOAA weather radio, preferably one that has a hand crank, and that'll keep it powered up even if batteries should fail. And then our Storm Team app, download that. We'll be providing you information during the event.
All right, thanks, John. So when you have a tornado warning issue, that is when you take your tornado precautions and get into your tornado safe place. You never want to go try looking for a tornado, and the reason why, another reason why, is that you may not always be able to see it. Especially here in East Texas, the tornado can be easily rain wrapped, so it's covered in rain. You can't see it. We have a lot of trees. We're in the Piney Woods region of Texas here, so trees can always block your view. And then at night, where we get a lot of tornadoes, they are just simply impossible to see unless you get a power flash. Bottom line, don't wait until you see a tornado to take action. As soon as the warning is issued, make sure you are taking action. Now, although you cannot see a tornado all the time, we can also take a look at radar as well, which can help us determine if there's a tornado. One of the things we look at is what you typically see when we show the radar. It's called reflectivity in the more scientific term, shows how intense the precipitation is. And what we're looking for is more of that hook shape there, indicating that potential for a tornado. Another thing we look at that's very common is the wind velocity, which shows the wind inside of the storms. And what you want to look for is the red and green pretty close together. That is one of the telltale signs of a tornado, because you have the red moving away from the radar and the green wind moving towards the radar, and that creates an area of rotation, one of the easiest signals of a tornado. So definitely want to keep up to date with the latest forecast whenever severe weather strikes. Carson?
Thank you for that, Andrew. The storm has now passed and the all clear is given. But what happens when the sun shines again? When we come back, the immediate dangers that exist after the storm and how the trail of destruction left behind is analyzed and measured. Stay with us.